What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome to the Think and Reflect podcast show, hosted by your boy Ricky D. Calhoun. Tonight's show is being presented by Deshawn's Marketing Incorporated. Communication is key, where we brand, build, and grind to help you or your company shine. How y'all doing out there tonight in podcast world? Still learning this board, getting it right. But on tonight's show, we're going to be talking sports, of course. Always. You know, I got to keep the sports. That balance, that's the balance. Of course, you know, because some current events, there been a lot of things going on. Some fun facts for you. Yeah. And that music presented by that one guy, Two Gun Cannon, Ohio's own. Two Gun Cannon, Take Flight. That's a classic. That's from back, that's like 2011, 2012, somewhere back. Yeah, that was my jam. For that incident, Operation Northwest. But I'm going to leave it at that. I got to get this board together, though. But yeah, it been a lot. It been a lot going on. I know y'all miss me because I've been gone for the past couple weeks. I apologize. I truly do apologize. Been a little organizing. You see how I fixed that? Organizing. But yeah, I miss y'all too. But yeah, it been a lot going on. I don't even know where to start with. Excuse me. I don't even know where to start. But I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go off what I got planned for y'all tonight. You know, of course, the NFL and they little new thing with the numbers. So they want to allow NFL players, specifically more like the skilled players is what they call them. Yeah, I'm getting straight into it, y'all. I apologize to y'all for letting y'all know I've been missing in action. But I'm back. I'm back now. I'm here. It's a little stiffy in here, so that fan, y'all might hear something in the background. But, yeah. It's been a lot going on, but I'm going to keep it mellow so we can ease back on into this, because I've been gone for a couple of weeks, so I got to get my rhythm back. You know, episode 9, the Urban Community Think and Reflect podcast show where you can voice your opinion. Chat. If you downloaded the app, chat. You know, listen to us later if you ain't listening now. Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify. Yeah, we around. We ain't hard to find. So you can call in too, 216-632-3917 or text. But yeah, the NFL then decided to let players wear, like if you're a receiver, running back, tight end, the skilled players, the position players, you get to wear number 1. I think, okay, they say 1 through 49, and then it's still 80 to 89. DBs 1 through 49. Linebackers 1 through 59. You know, it could be a good thing in a way because some people might feel have a better spirit, but at the same time, one of the GOATs, or maybe the GOAT. But as I sit there and think about some of the comments that was made about this, the number change things with the NFL, I got some deep stuff. So don't, if y'all want, I'll start off on it. But that's a continuing conversation. But I'm gonna discuss it in a time to think and reflect segment. But right now, Tom Brady said he called it dumb with the new number change. And then I said it before I read that. I ain't call it dumb. I just was like, man, I don't think that's a good idea to be. Because, you know, the NFL, I felt like the way they had the numbers set up, I ain't even like how they let the receivers start wearing the team numbers. Like, I ain't like that because it changed the concept of the NFL. I always looked at that as being another step to being in a professional league. Like, you know, when you get to the NFL, and a lot of people might not know this, but I played football, and one of my ambitions was to be an NFL player. But I knew that, say, one of the things that you can't do in the NFL that you can do in college and high school and muni is show like flesh on the leg. You in the NFL, you could get fined for that. So I used to pull my socks all the way up. Like, let me get used to wearing my legs. You know, I wasn't trying to look pretty and stuff with the flesh. Because I'm trying to get to the NFL. So I want to feel professional. So one of the things I thought was professional about the NFL was the numbers. Because when I was younger, quarterbacks was 1 through 19. Running backs was 20 to 40 or 4 to 49. Receivers were always 80 to 89. You get it? And then the lineman usually was 70 to 90 on the 60 to 90 on the offense or the defense. Well, 90, I say 90 to 99, that was more like defense. But 60, 70s, that's offense. You really ain't see too many defensive with the 70s unless a offensive lineman switched over to defense while already in the pros. So, yeah, but excuse me, because I'm thinking about John Elway. I'm thinking about because he used to always keep my team from getting where we needed to be. But Tom Brady will go because I consider John Elway one of them top notch. But Tom Brady, he say, good luck trying to block the right people now. It is, you think about it, because most people used to seeing them certain numbers. So when they get to moving around and they see, it's going to be different. He also said going to make for a lot of bad football. They didn't approve it, so all we could do is sit back and wait to see how it play out. You get it? So man, I don't know. That might not be such a. They made some other rules. They voted on. The league approved of booth to official communication. Oh, it's something about communication for the cause. the onside kick proposal for the competition committee. So the onside kicks might seem more entertaining again because they was dreadful this year. Like, man, what is you even trying that for? Something about the kicks passing, 4th and 15. They got a few rules. The league approved of a rule proposed by the Los Angeles Rams to add a loss of down to a penalty for a second down forward pass from behind the line of scrimmage for a pass thrown after the ball returns behind the line. One thing that I am learning that I never knew it was more of the team, because with the number switch, I know that was a Kansas City thing. They was big on it. So I never really paid attention to the fact that it'd be actual teams, putting in the requests. Yeah, but the NFL, we got the draft next week, next Thursday here in Cleveland. I ain't even been down there yet. I'm going to take a trip down there one of these days. Get some video, some photos. Because again, if you need your ad placement so Cleveland can see, visit BeHereCleveland.com. Get your ad placement. Website in the process of construction, but it's still ready to be. Put your ad on there. Somebody watching. I might even let you get a 30-day free run. This is strictly for Cleveland. If you want to get some Cleveland audience, Be Here Cleveland is where it's at. Yeah, but the NFL, we got the draft. The Browns don't pick it till 26. See, this is unfamiliar for especially the new generation, because the Browns been back since 99. They left in 96. That was ugly, because I'm a football fan, but I couldn't watch football right. It was like, because the Browns is what made me like football. Because when I was young, the Browns was winning. So the Browns made you want to play. But yeah, they got the little stadium built up. They got the helmets on one of them little I forgot what you call the name, but the piers. You can walk around and see the helmets. Yeah, we got the NFL draft. It would have been great if we weren't going through this pandemic, because, that's where I've been wanting to go there, but I want to talk to y'all, and I want to talk about some things that won't disturb the peace. But, yeah, we could go there. I'm excited, though, but the way they got it set up, you got a different, sections. If you did this, you could be over here, but if you didn't, you got to be over here. You can't come here. There's all type of rear restriction. They already had it restricting, but now, so it's not going to be as enjoyable, but it's just the actual event, the excitement of knowing that is what it is and where it's at. And then, like I say, the Browns, we like Super Bowl contenders. When the last time we heard that, world? Yeah, I'm talking to you, world. Not just Cleveland, even though we based in Cleveland. And I'm always be Cleveland. But I understand that local is just the beginning. But yeah, we got the draft, so that tells you a lot right there. And we got the All-Star game coming next year, so y'all better get down. Be here in Cleveland. Think and Reflect podcast show. We all united. The more the merry. But yeah, that's the sports for y'all. I'm hoping y'all tuning in, because I know I've been disappointed and not been, but it been life calls. That's one of the perks of having a podcast that you are behind the scenes. Now, if it grow and they come to my sponsors, some things that I can't be like, I might have to be like, hey. But we grow together. You got to start somewhere to get there. If you don't start, how you going to get there? How you know if you can achieve anything if you don't put your foot down on the gas, and let it go. If you got to drive with 2 feet, drive with 2 feet. But you better start. You better learn how to get there, because on the process, you that second foot going to kind of ease off, and you're going to be learning, so it's going to get better. Because that's the goal, to just continue to be your best, and then you always going to be better. If you strive to be your best, you're always going to be better. And that's a tip for the day. That might even be the fun fact, because it's a fact. And if you look at it the right way, you can have fun doing it. So that's the fun fact for the day. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Yeah, but there's been a lot going on in the world. It's been a lot, especially in the urban community, what I'm basing this episode on. Getting to the current events. I want to go world, but, I got to talk about where I come from. But I don't want to dive wave into it, because we need to talk about this guy, Derek, how you say it, Chauvin? This guy found guilty for the George Floyd situation. Rest in peace, George Floyd. They say the guy was found guilty on all charges, but because of the concurrent laws in Minnesota, I'm not laughing, but I'm just the situation, because I done been through it. That's why I could talk, because I was once the problem. I was once part of the problem. I'm trying to be part of the solution. In the process of still making sure that my family is taken care of. But I want my community to be better. And how can we do that? But that's later in the show, in the Time to Think and Reflect segment. So stay tuned in, tune back in, listen later. Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Google, Deezer. Tune in, all your podcasting platforms. Yeah, but in Minnesota, they got the concurrent law. We have that here in Ohio too, where you might have numerous convictions, but they'll run them concurrent. So say I got 3 18-month sentences, or 2 and 1 runs 24 months. So it sounds like, okay, you're guilty of such and such, discharge, faces this much, because they say he could be, the most time is 75 years based on the 3 convictions. But due to the concurrent rule, the law, the most he can do, is 40 years. What's the guy? How old is this guy? I don't think they got his age, but I'm gonna look his age up for y'all. But this guy, how old is this dude? He only gonna do 40 years max. That, see there, I'm about to go there. In other situations, that could have been life sentences, even though the charges are what they are, but they are what they are. See how old this guy, he look like he probably in his mid-50s, but you know, certain races age differently, so he could be in his early 40s, but nah, he's a little older than that. 45, look like he's 54. No, that get distressed because I got a few grades myself, but I put myself through some hard time, trying to make it easy. You know, like they say, anything worth having, you'll never get it trying to find the easy way. You gotta work for it. Anything worth having. But yeah, oh boy, that's one of the moments, like, for the people that know, like, hey, man, the guy, he got time, but he kind of got over. It's hard to explain. Like, you'll really have to do your research to understand what is going on. Yeah, but oh boy, 45. The most time he could do is 45 years, and I still don't trust that. There's always something to something. Yeah, but tune in. If you're tuning in, chat, call in 216-632. $3917. Think and Reflect Podcast Show, where you can voice your opinion. Yeah, or you can make a laugh. Yeah, the world been going crazy. But soon as we get to feeling like some type of accomplishment, we get some more news. I wanted to stay away from this discussion or this topic because it's so, man, it's hard. It's hard. But at first I was pissed. But then I seen the video. After I seen the video, and then I seen some comments, I'm reading comments. And I get to thinking, like, do people really, like, listen? Did they read that afterwards and think, like, ooh, maybe that didn't sound? Because looking at the video, I'm not saying it was going to surely be a life taking. And I'm sorry for the family. I'm sorry for the family of the ones that was lost. Because no one wants to lose a loved one. No one. So no, I'm not. But that's why the name of the tonight's show, The Urban Community. I come from the urban community. Somebody was it did, man. And then where I come from, inner city, the urban community, it's like, I don't know what. It's always been rough and somewhat dangerous, but it's almost like we are almost like tune, like how I'm telling y'all to tune in. It's almost like they tune people in to come become how they are. Like the community I come from. See, when I was younger, because they've been saying the crab in the bucket slogan for a long time. But what my community hasn't realized is why, if you hear like a saying like that you would think. That's why I say once upon a time I was part of the problem. See, this again, I have my own, but this is this deep, man. Cause it's thing got so horrible, man. Like it's just people don't. I ain't gonna say they can't, but who wants to? You get it? Cause you don't know who or what you might be standing around. You know, like I be trying to listen to like the new artists. Some of them they got the flow, but then when you really start listening to them lyrics, because the generation I come from, lyrics played a big part. Yeah, we always wanted the beat, but the lyrics played a big part. But when I listen to the music, and the one line, I'm going to stop right there. I need to give a shout out to Bavaria's Clothing Collection. Bavaria's, a consistent show of dash and spirit, bravery. To rule the kingdom, you must tame the jungle. Bavaria's Clothing Collection. Visit the website, follow on Instagram, Twitter, like on Facebook. www.Bavaria's Clothing Collections. That's Bavaria's, BRAVURAS Clothing Collection.com. Again, a show of dash consistently, a show of dash in spirit, bravery. To rule the kingdom, you must tame the jungle. Bavaria's. But back to the show. Make sure y'all get some of that Bavaria's. I'm sorry, but maybe if we start doing things to kind of occupy our minds, like really, and when you do something, don't do it for the sake of what somebody else doing. So what if they doing something that you feel you might be good at? Don't look at it. Look at it as you're taking a chance at something you love. Excuse me. Yes. But yeah, the urban community, Ma'Khia Bryant, the other young fella, who was the young fella got killed? Man, it's just, I don't like to talk about death, My focus right now is talking about the community. Like, cause the more I research the Ma'Khia Bryant situation, what made the cop seem like a jerk was the fact that he made that statement. He made a cruel statement at a heartfelt family, like somebody losing their loved one, and he made a statement like that, and it wasn't even due to the fact that one of his comrades was in danger. That's what's making him look bad. Because if he probably wouldn't have made them statements, or, you know, kind of made it look cocky about what he did, because according to the law that they have written, he really like the taser could have worked, would it have reacted? Maybe he was too aggressive, like with the trigger finger, excuse me, because he boom, 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 like for it, like, come on. That one probably was enough. It was probably more than enough. Because you think, how far do the tasers shoot out, like speed-wise? I don't want nobody to think I'm justifying this fool. But like I say, somebody was going to get hurt in that situation. Because when you look at the video, especially that frame they got somebody screenshot it, and she cocking back, she was kitchen knife or whatever. That girl was about to put something. Like, that would have had to been the dullest knife ever for that girl not to harm the other girl. But, yeah, I ain't even got to the part to what made me want to label the title of the show The Urban Community. Like I said, I used to be part of the problem, but I wasn't really part of the problem, personally. I might have got caught up in situations because of my environment and surroundings, and I done been out a few times. I, have fun in the bar, heavy drinker, not a social, but heavy, get in situations. So, people try to think they can, but, I'm going to try to stay in my, do what I feel like I can do. But, yeah, I still always used to, have my one-on-ones with people. Because I felt like I was out there for a purpose. It was a lot of us out there for a purpose. But was it the purpose, like, community-based? Like, because when I first thought to start a business, I thought of, you know what, if I'm gonna have a business, I need to make sure I'm giving back through something. So, it's always been the purpose. But the thing what I'm getting to is, and I seen the comment, and I ain't think about it at first, and somebody was like, all them grown people out there. And I'm like, pfft. And the first thing I thought about was how people be so intent on recording. Everybody want to be breaking news. You get, Everybody want to be breaking news. We all can't be breaking news. Somebody got to be the emergency, the 911 in the situation sometimes. We don't need the broadcasting channels all the time. Everybody can't be NBC. Y'all owe me for that shout out, NBC. Again, that's 2 times y'all owe me. But yeah, anyhow, you can't be the news, man, all the time. You might have to be the referee. You might have to be the of the community, because them are the best communities, the ones that are policed by the community, the people that live in it. And when I say police, I'm not saying you're trying to arrest nobody or commit people or charge them with crimes. You just more of the referee. Like, okay, Micaiah, the girls, everybody trying to get their cameras up, but ain't nobody like, y'all need to cut that shit, that, excuse my language, but y'all need to cut that out, man. Come on. It's too much, especially in these times. Like, what can be that serious right now in life? Like, it could be some things, but that couldn't have been much. And we just gotta, we as a community, I'm gonna leave Micaiah out of it in her situation. That was a ugly situation. I hope it get handled correctly. The cop need to be disciplined for his verbalism for sure. Oh man, this is a hard one. I should have stayed away from it. I'm gonna stay away from Micaiah, but for the community, we gotta be better. Like, I come from it. I know. And then, like, the music, getting back to the music. I be here, I ain't trying to tell y'all not to, but man, if that's what they doing, they making you take, fuck the big homie, ain't no big homies. Man, it's always supposed to be a big homie. And I know, due to my situation, that I was in, and then recognizing the other states and cities of people that I was around, and because when you in there and you good, your paperwork all good, you could chop it, you kick it, you ain't gonna give no like type of information, but you just kind of want to, what happened to y'all? Oh yeah, they did da, 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 da. Bam, man, what happened, what I seen was, it was gaps. 25, maybe the 35, 40-year-old people in the community, even though they might be in the hood, the streets, like they took a gap. It was a gap of people. That's just my theory. A gap of people, man. And then, so now you got 18, 21-year-olds. Unless them dudes then been raised by some polished people, or they just naturally polished, man, they not about to listen to no 45, 50-year-old dude unless he always been that man. But best believe in that gap that they snatched from the community or that neighborhood, demands that they would listen to at 40, 45 was taken away too. So now you got this big old gap. Little dudes running around with the, like they say, with chicken with their heads cut off. Because they said we was running around with like chickens with our heads cut off, And we had big homies. We respected them and everything. That's who we looked up to. You get it? So when they just running around, you know, who you what's the word, like, patenting yourself too, because we all individuals. We'll never be exactly like one person, but even if you have a collective of people who motivate you, or that you admire, that you wouldn't mind being something like, or even having some of the traits of that person, you kind of try to get them characteristics, which is the key to us changing. Once you can recognize this for my community, once you start recognizing your characteristics, and then, man, you know what? I need to toss that. There ain't nothing good with that. It might be something also too, though. It ain't destructive, but to some they might say, man, but it might work for you. And at the same time, you ain't harming nobody, but some people might think it's bad. But it's still the evaluation of self. That's how you know what your characters, your habits, your traits. You get it? But getting back to the community, if we can mature enough to like do that, we won't have situations where, excuse me again, where you even have to call somebody that you feel ain't even for you. Like, why would you call somebody that you feel endangered, like, for to save you? I know that's what their job is, protect and serve, but the status quo then been referenced to this what it is. Like, this what it's supposed to be, you know, so that's where the urban community needs to start, you know, coming together a little bit. Or, you know, man, I really just try to stay into the times, because, like, I was taught, like, you know, the elders, you know, first you got to help yourself. And that's not being selfish. You kind of want to know who you is, like I was just saying, characteristics, reevaluating yourself daily, you know, taking a look in the mirror, change, growth, you know. So when you can do that, like, we all age, we all get older just because we live to get older. Hopefully you learning along the way. Like, even though I done been through the crap I done been through, that's why I'm here right now. Like, I could still be out there on the crap, cause the crap easy. Like, that's easy life, but it's a lot of junk come with it. It's so much junk come with it. See, in the life I'm living now, it's more just pay attention, or make sure you just read the small print. You know what I'm saying? As long as you read, I ain't even gonna say try. As long as you read the small print in the legitimate world, you're gonna be all right. But you got to get up and apply. That's even if you feel like you want to just go clock in, come home, watch a movie, the news, call it a day, start over, have fun on the weekend. You know, if you want to try to be a successful businessman, if you don't care about doing some gig working to get, you know, as long as you trying to be better. Some people settle, some people just going to be like, man, like they say, unlimited potential unlimited, however you want to say it. But the growth process starts with you. Then once you got yourself somewhat figured out, you can start rescuing the ones that come up, your loved ones. your family. Then come, okay, now I got me, my family together. Let's go for the community. See, and I don't want to, like, I want to spread the wealth. I want it to be, because, like, I got the little non-profit. I don't want to call it little, but, it's new. And my significant said that, you know what, the founding children need, I say, no doubt. So, it's a founding group of children together for one foundation. See, I'm coming for the community, because I helped mess it up, man. But I was always like, even when I used to go, it took away because of my, my consequences. Man, while I'm in there, they like, man, you all got a book, preacher, you know what I'm saying? If you ever get taken away, like if this message don't get through to you, you listen, because I know I got my people that string afterwards. The thing is, take the time to invest your mind. Like, they give you an opportunity. They not gonna force you to rehabilitate yourself. Yeah, they gonna force you to sit down and suffer your consequence to society, but it's on you to rehabilitate yourself. And that's the urban community. And the urban community ain't got a color, okay? It ain't no color. It ain't the urban community ain't about white, black, Hispanic, Chinese, Arab. It ain't none of that. You get what I'm saying? Now maybe if the race or whoever, because I got my own kind. I'm Asiatic. They might have a place of business in the urban community, but when they go home, home ain't in the urban community. Hopefully, them people either came from it, they family been through it, like they have some type of acknowledgement or understanding of how the urban community works. Because the urban community is really, if everything going, I ain't going to say swell, but if people are kind of communicating, which is why I like this slogan, communication is key. Like I told y'all, but I throw the @ sign on it, so, the communication is key at technology, because I know it's the future. But everything fly. I like to, because I done been through a lot, so I like to talk about little things to let y'all know how and where I'm at right now, how I got here a little bit. But my thing tonight is the urban community. My community, I come from St. Clair, Coy Woodworth, Coy Ida Rose, 140, the 10th Ward area. But them the streets that you would catch me hanging on the most, roaming around. You know what I'm saying? But the love for that got taken away because of I ain't gonna say the community, but the community of people that was in that thing. Boy, I was disappointed. But that's another story. It's years later. It's almost a decade later. So I'm gonna let that's almost made it past what they call it, the statutes of limitation. But yeah, I got faith in the community, but we got to handle situations like the last one we had to where it get resolved before. Like I was watching this, man. I don't even like the I might follow the pages to try to keep up with who what, but then you be like, man, I ain't trying like I don't really want to talk about bad stuff. I might to keep you informed that some of the news might be not great, but I don't like to talk about the. We already in the pandemic. That's why I feel like when all these, like, man, this is like, is this where the script at, man? I might not want to. I ain't gonna say it like that. You gotta have a role. If you hear you got a role, so you better find your part and play it. Yeah, but man, that's how I feel tonight on Time to Think and Reflect. This is the Time to Think and Reflect show, and this is the Think and Reflect podcast show where you can voice your opinion. Make sure you download the app on speaker. Stream us later on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Deezer, and a couple of more podcast streaming sites. That's the Think and Reflect podcast show, hosted by your boy, Ricky D. Calhoun. And again, tonight's show was presented by Deshaun's Marketing. Communication is key, where we brand, build, and grind to help you or your company shine. Yeah, but the urban community, man, we got to get it together, man. We got to get it together. Like, excuse me. I kind of understand, like, that's why I was saying, hopefully, the people that might interact with the urban community, but disappears at the hours, or their place of business is closed, and you're not a couple of blocks away from your store, or either down the street, or But if you are in the Cleveland area, St. Clair 10th Ward, my boy, they got the store, Asiatic, formerly Arab. He cool dude, the Arab was, but my boy got it on. Corey Woodworth, Corner Store, is like you say, black on. Y'all like to say black. I like to say Asiatic because I do some studying, but y'all be saying what y'all thinking, but we gonna stop saying that word black. We gonna Asiatic, brother, sister, something. Come on, y'all. That's another step in the community. I don't want to be on here sounding like no activist, because this is the Think and Reflect. I'm reflecting because I come from this community, and I have children too. Yeah. So that's why I'm really concerned. So, man, if we could control, we could police the community, man, like before we had to call, let's put the guns down, little dudes. Like, the guns even, you got cats my age still toting. Like, but not just on some grown man, but, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, come on, y'all. Let's get knuckle up, get a little chunk in, boom, boom. You might even get bruised up. You might even get your butt whooped. But at least you live to see the next day, and the next man ain't no innocent bystander get hit. Damn, what's up? Why people so mad? It's too many opportunities, and as long as you living, you got a chance to make your life better, man. So I don't want to hear that, man. Y'all need to get it together, man. For real. Stop the violence, man. I'm on some, man, self-destruction. I might go out with the self-destruction on y'all, because the urban community is feeling That's why they probably got the pandemic. They trying to rid of it, man. Y'all better get it together, man. The Think and Reflect Podcast Show. 216-632-3917. Tune in. Make sure you stream us. I might even get us a guest or two in the next few weeks, depending on what's going on. Let's talk. See if we can get somebody to give us some good information or tell us their story, give us some motivation, some Think and Reflect Podcast Show, Episode 9, The Urban Community. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, like us on Facebook. That's the Think with a letter N, Reflect Podcast Show, where you can voice your opinion. Yeah, but I might be ending the show. We ain't headed. We in destruction if we don't get it. We in. They said we headed. This how old this song is. This like 80. But they say we headed for self-destruction. Yeah, we don't want to be there. Okay, y'all. I do not own the rights to this music. I'm going to catch y'all next week, 10 o'clock, Friday, live. Don't forget the streamers, Amazon, Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Think and Reflect Podcast Show, voice your opinion.
Self-destruction, it really ain't the rap audience that's bugging. It's one or two suckers, ignorant brothers, trying to rob and steal from one another. You get caught in the mid. So to crush that stereotype, here's what we did. We got ourselves together so that you can unite and fight for what's right. Not negative cause. The way we live is positive. We don't kill our relatives.
Pop, 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 when it's shot, who's to blame? Headlines, front page, and raps the name. MC Delight here to state the bottom line. The black on black crime was way before our time.
Took a brother's life with a knife, that's his life. Cried cause he died of trifling death when he left his very last breath. Was I slept, so watch your step. Back in the 60s, our brothers and sisters were hanged. How could you gangbang? I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man, cause that's self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Funky fresh dressed to impress, ready to party. Money in your pocket, dying to move your body. To get inside, you pay the whole $10. Scotch tape with a razor blade taped to your collar. Leave the guns in the crack and the knives alone. MC lights on the microphone. Bum rushing and pushing, snatching and taxing. I can't understand why brothers don't be maxing. There's only one disco, they'll close one more. You ain't guarding the door. So what you got a gun for? Do you rob the rich and give to the poor? Yo, daddy-o. School some more.
Good straight from the mouth. Why, daddy-o? Do a crime, end up in jail and gotta go.
Hey, before I leave y'all tonight, I forgot one thing. Today is, guess what? Take a chance day. Hope you took a chance to become a better person, because
Together in a unity, cause if not, then we're soon to be self-destroyed, unemployed. The-rap race will be lost without a trace, or a clue but what to do is stop the violence and kick the science down the road that we call eternity, where knowledge is formed and you learn to be self-sufficient, independent. To teach to each is what rap intended, but society wants to invade, so do not walk this path that they laid. It's self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction.